Whew. Oh my goodness. So sorry. I know on my schedule I have myself coming on at I don't know 9:15, and I'm running somewhat behind, but it has been a night, and not like a night like outside of what it is that I'm doing here. I mean, it's just been kind of crazy. So as I was getting ready, uh, I had problems with the stencil that I put on. Super duper simple design. The hardest part about a simple design is that if you make a mistake, of course, everyone's going to notice it. And I made a huge mistake. I use a speed stick to adhere my stencils to. Not a mistake. That's actually like a thing. But I did not put it on one specific part, and I have lettering on the stencil on the tattoo design. So I was sitting there and I put that on, and then I was missing like two letters, and then I tried to reapply it, but it moved all the wording up. You'll see it in a second. Anyway, so I had stencil problems, and then as I was getting my little top hats of ink ready, um, thanks. Actually, let's go ahead and get rid of that. Ow. Yeah, don't tell me what to do. Closed captioner. No one wants to read what it is I'm saying anyway. So anyway, back to it. So on top of that, like I was trying to get my uh, little top hats of ink, the little tiny wells of ink, and I went to shake my black ink, and it went everywhere. So it was on the walls, it was on the fireplace, it was on the computer monitor. Sorry about that, turkey noodle. It was on a little bit on my keyboard. I wasn't able to actually get to the part that it's at. Not a big deal. Keyboard's black. The ink was black. It's okay. Uh, it'll just it'll just look like the cleanest part of my keyboard. Anyway, and I even had plastic on everything. So I had to clean all that up. It got on the floor. I had to clean all that up. I'm probably sitting on some right now that I missed, which I'll probably have to clean all that up. I don't know. Somehow I avoided myself. Oh, no, I didn't. I got some right there. Um, so yeah, so yeah, right. Anyway, so I got all that. What's up? How you guys doing? The Gremlin bunch. I know you guys. It's funny because I got the Brad Love Beth and you as well, so that's sweet. Um, but yeah, so and I had this whole plan. I was going to come on here very smoothly. I know who it is. So I was going to come on here and very smoothly like show you the difference between what I have been using and what my shipment came in a couple episodes back. I ran out of liners, and so I started using shaders to line with. Um, I know, right? I should take my shirt off so I get more views, or lose everyone. And so I'd seen people use the shaders before, and I was like, oh yeah, no problem, I can do that. And so I gave it a try, and actually I really liked it on some of my designs. So I'll probably keep doing that. But I finally got the liners in, and of course I'm going to work with those too. I can actually line with precision and style and grace and all those other things that you have whenever you're a complete amateur like me. So yeah, I got this guy, and I have this guy. So they're the same size needle, just a little educational, like little bit here. Same size needle, um, same number of groupings. So they're both 12 size needles, seven of them on each. At the end of each piece of metal inside these cartridges. So it's basically shooting seven small standard size needles into the skin. The difference between a liner and a shader is that a liner, all the points point down, similar to if you look at a pencil, how the point points down, it like tapers. So you have seven needles that are all going to one single point, whereas with a shader, it's same size, but they're all pointing straight. So you get a lot more ink packed in there, so you can shade with it. But if you try real hard and you really tear up your skin, no, I'm kidding, it's fine. Then you can pack more ink in there, and your line seems a little bit bolder, which is pretty cool. So uh, I'm going to use both of these because I do plan on doing one new design. I'm going to go ahead and run with the one that I messed the lettering up on. Uh, the image itself, I think, looks okay. So I'm going to be using the round liner for that, and then I have one that I did maybe a week and a half ago, about 2 weeks now, honestly. That I'm going to pack some color in, some red. So this will be my first time actually using this size liner, and my first time using color. So it's like every single one of these episodes. Yes, I washed my hands. I washed my hands. Everything's sterile. I got everything's bagged up as if I was going to be tattooing your dog, which I'm open to if you're cool with it. Gloves. Everything's been freshly wiped down. And basically, like, I know I'm working on myself here. You bring up a pretty good point. You didn't even mean to. No, I'm working on myself here, but I also know where these hands have been. So wash them and glove them, right? Um, and again, have to say, anybody that's watching this, you probably don't want to be you probably don't want to be the people that are actually trying this out at home. Exactly. More of a reason to wash them. Trust me. But you don't want to be doing this at home. You don't want your friend or your buddy who just got the tattoo machine like a couple weeks ago to be doing this. Like, I won't say it's fine. I mean, if you know that they can draw and they can paint and they can do all these wonderful things and they have some sort of certification, absolutely 100%. Like, if you're cool with it and you don't mind them just kind of trying out something new on you, then by all means go for that. But go to a professional. Like, pay somebody. It's expensive. I know it's expensive. It's why I haven't gotten any recently. I haven't gotten any since the ones that I've given myself. So, like, a few days ago. But yeah, pay somebody. Pay somebody that knows what it is that they're doing, that tried and true. Like, they've been through all the stuff. They know what it is, how to clean, how to keep things sterile, how to actually draw, stuff like that. So I'll get off my soapbox on that. You guys hear that like every single time. So let's see. One thing, so sterile, right? So I did want to go ahead and see if I could show you guys. I know I told you what these needles look like, but since I'm using both of them, I'll go ahead and unwrap them so that you can see, hopefully, on one of the other cameras here. We'll do this one. Yeah. Ooh, look at that leg, y'all. All right. So this one is a liner. Focus. I know you want to, and it's not gonna do it. Maybe I can get it a little bit further down. Nope. Well, I wanted to show you. I was gonna be all smooth and stuff. Okay, now this is interesting. So one thing I do notice just by feeling these is that the liner actually comes out, like the spring that's inside here, the membrane is a lot easier to push. So that's cool. A little bit less issues with the with it hitting so hard. And the past few times I've actually I put this guy through its paces or whatever, and I go ahead and I put the cartridge on, just because I've shown off how sterile everything is before. Um, so I haven't adjusted how far out this thing's coming. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's about, hold on, I know how to do this. Let's take my unsterile phone. Yeah. So you can see it coming out there. It's about the same length as a mechanical pencil tube. Too many leg hairs. Never. And we're not going to be working on that one right now anyway. We're going to be working on this one. So you can go ahead, you can see, you can totally see where that messed up. So I just went ahead and wiped it off. And here's two. Part wolf or something. I don't know. Blame it. You know what? Blame it on the Moroccans that were like 80,000 generations back from me. You know, like it's their fault. But I like it. I think it's sexy. Yeah, I guess you just hopped on a little bit later. So what happened was I messed up the stencil, and I went to reapply it, and it moved the lettering up, skipped some lettering, and yeah, it'll wash off. This is just stencil stuff. It's not a finished tattoo, you know. Like it's just showing me like where it is to trace. So I drew out this design like probably my first or second one that I did, and and then I was like, okay, that's cool. And so I redrew it bigger, and then I played with the cross that's sitting on the coffin. But I'll come back with the lettering another time. You know, I want to kind of get practicing with lettering before I put too much work in it. So before I get too busy on this, I want to go ahead and make sure that I have some of this. What? You don't strike me as being scared of much of anything, man. Okay, look. So if you watched any of my other ones, like first of all, I'm nervous. Like I get really nervous. One, I've got you guys watching me. I know, I know none of you are judgmental at all and would totally support everything that I do. Um, so I'm not nervous about that. Um, but I do get nervous because you know, like as hard as I try to keep this area, you know, clean and sterilized because I don't want any blood diseases. I don't want anything like that. Um, I've got the most jerkhole of a cat. All right, let's see how this goes. Yeah, can you guys see that? Okay, so I'm trying to give. It's kind of an awkward position. I need a better chair. Next time, better chair. But what I'm doing here is I'm trying to get a good 3 points of. Let's see how that feels. Oh yeah, oh yeah, that feels awesome. Why are you scared of this? This is great. Oh yeah, oh goodness, oh my goodness. Don't pass out, bro. It's just ink right now, not blood. Blood is in a little while. That's what happens later. You should see me cleaning up all this stuff. Yeah. Oh, there. That was my reminder. You probably didn't hear that sound. On my end, it sounded like thunder. But to my cat, it sounded like the coolest thing ever. If you go to a tattoo place and they have an animal, you are in the wrong place. Go somewhere else. My God, they have not passed any kind of, uh, you know, anything from the state or federal level to be tattooing people. You might be at a butcher shop if they have animals and they are marking them. Now, one thing I'm noticing already that I'm not liking about this is that as as great a job, and I did, I promise, as great a job as I did on this stencil, um, the lines are kind of fading out a little bit. They're getting a little muddy. And the last time I tried to freehand something, it was terrible. It was like the worst. I never want to freehand anything. Everything that I do, I might use a reference point for something, but everything that I do, I sketch out, and I keep the sketchbook close by in case I need that reference while I'm tattooing. So I'm kind of scared to even like dab around on this too much. Oh yeah, let's keep getting squinched up in this chair. Um, I'm afraid that I'll wipe the stencil off. But yeah, oh hobgoblin. There's hardly anything to be scared of. I mean, think about this. I'm doing this in my house, even with all these precautions. Like my cat, as soon as he hears this machine come on, he's probably going to show up behind me. You'll see his demonic glowing eyes. It's like a thing that he's been doing for like the past 4 episodes. He might even try to come up here and get on the chair because he knows that I am in absolutely no position to stop him. So yeah, there's nothing to be scared of. This is who's in that coffin. Well, I tell you what, you'll just have to I'll make sure to let you know personally. I'll send you a little message and let you know whenever I do the lettering, so that you can get a better idea. It's not you, okay? Not this time anyway. Is my audio okay? Thumbs up, thumbs down. It's okay. I feel like it's okay. I'm gonna keep pretending like it's okay. All right. Really would rather do this all in one pass, but that is one long line. And as you guys can already tell, like I said, as humble as I am super nervous. I mean, I'm doing this great, super permanent thing. This was another part where the stencil just kind of let up. So we're guessing what's happening here, and then we're gonna go back and fix it. All right, awesome. Thank you guys. I appreciate the affirmative on that sound check there. How you doing, Gary? You doing all right tonight? Okay, cool. Yeah, I haven't worked out in forever. I think I told my watch that I was working out today, but it was a very leisurely walk. Ooh. I feel like sometimes I get I find a nerve and then I just decide to trace it. Not cool. Not very nice. Still scared to wipe this off. Luckily, this hasn't been like some of the other tips that I've used. Oh, there we go. There it is. There's that line. This hasn't been like some of the other tips that I've used where it's just like dumped it out, dumped ink out all over my leg. Yeah, mall walking, So most of the time you see those mall walkers and they're they're like old, or I guess I feel like they're starting to be my age, um, which is kind of disconcerting. But whenever I was in a station in Colorado, um, I don't know. You probably heard me go on and on about the incline at some point, and if you don't remember, it's because I went on and on about it, and I know you, and you just tuned me out. Um, oh yeah, climate controlled, sweet. But the incline is it's a mile long and you gain a mile of elevation. So it's like a 45-degree angle. But because it's Mother Nature, some of that is like a little bit less than 45 degrees. Some of it is a little more than 45 degrees. So you're basically like, I mean, it's a tough route. And you don't, I mean, I'm sure there's some super awesome person that runs it or whatever, but like, it's definitely not, it's not something that you run. It's something that you walk. Yeah, I've been talking this whole time. Shut up. Anyway, no, don't shut up. You keep talking. Give me something to talk about, or else I'll keep going on about the incline. Anyway, it's a tough route. But there was I think it was my first time doing it, and I'm like, man, I fresh out of basic, out of AIT. I was in the Army before. For anybody who doesn't know me that's watching, either now or at a later date, I will be backing this up to YouTube. And Twitch does keep it for a short amount of time. Go back and watch my videos. Anyway, so yeah, I was like in great shape. And I really was. I mean, that's not just me like being like, yeah, look at me, I was in great shape. Like, I was in super awesome shape. I'm like dying on this thing. I mean, because it's Colorado Springs. You're already a mile up, so you're gaining another mile. And I stopped to take a break, and these old ladies, and I mean old ladies, like I'm talking like there's no. This is a tough angle, guys. There's no way to like put it any different. They were definitely getting the senior citizen discount wherever they were going to eat breakfast. They just flew by. And I was just like, just complete shock. Like, holy crap, not fair. Like, they should not have been in that good a shape, is what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, let's see. Pretty sure I hit every line that I need to hit. Now, the question is, I have a design decision to make. Should I, since I'm going to go ahead and work with color for my first time, since I've been doing this, should I do the cross in red, or should I just keep it a simple black and white? I kind of want to do it in red. I don't know. Let's just do it in black. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. I can always erase it, right? It's not permanent. Keep it black and white. All right. Okay. Stupid angle. Why did I choose to do this leg? All right, here we go. The great part about doing it in black and white is that, and I already know that I've got black and white loaded up in the machine. Okay, here we go. Look around there. I put some kind of tight lines in here because I was really excited about having a liner again. And I think I just got way too excited about having a liner again. Some tight lines, yo. Yeah, I know, right? Red does kind of like, look at me. And since I haven't done it before, probably not the best thing to do. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's splatter. That means I'm doing something. That means I'm really getting in here. No, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything other than this needle is getting really tired of that super awesome lubricant that I applied to keep everything running nice and smooth. Ironic. Okay. All right, let's see what we got. First dibble dabble of the night. What I'm expecting is as awesomely bold as that ink looked, it's not going to be that bold. That's what I'm expecting. Y'all don't get to look at it till I look at it, so I can switch legs. Actually, you know what? That's not too bad. I see a couple places I messed up. No bigs. Guess what? I can go back over it. It's all good. Yeah, it's not, it's not too shabby. Could be worse. I mean, it could be like have absolutely nothing to do. Uh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I think so. You can kind of see like these aren't lining up proper. So since this is going to be all shaded in, and it will be black, the whole cross is going to be black. Um, go in. I want to highlight a little bit more of those curves. I think they turned out pretty good. Looks like I cut a little deep in there. It's all right. I mean, if you get a tattoo and you don't bleed, like, what did you do? Remind me again what you have, Gary. Like what do you already have? While I sit here and look at how shaky I got. Oh yeah, we're going back over this. It's cool though because you know this is what I get to do. Oh, I wish I could tell you Texas American flat. Oh yeah, that's right. I wish I could tell you what my next ones are that I planned. I totally should know that, right? Guess what? I don't. Every day is a surprise. You're gonna get something that says like Army Strong, backbone of the Army. No one loves the Army that much, except for like people that don't know any better. It's a cool. I mean, it's a cool thing to do. Don't get me wrong. Like, I regret nothing while I'm on camera. Ask me about it in person sometime. So I'm definitely not the guy who has the understanding. Sorry, guys. I don't know what it is. All day I've been fine, but as soon as I'm about to turn on the camera, like I start getting like some sniffles. Yeah, definitely not the guy you go to if you want a one pass line, which is what you should definitely want if you're getting a tattoo. There's nothing like beating up your skin over and over and over again, going over the same awesome, painful areas that you just did. Oh. One of my favorite looks is that fresh tattoo look where all the skin's all nice and raised up and everything, and you're like, yeah, look at that. Not only does it look cool in 2 dimensions, it also looks cool in three. But the reason it does that is because your skin, it's welting up. You're doing some stuff to it. Yeah, it does hurt more going over the same place. I mean, you've already done some damage, right? Like, and it is. I mean, it's cool. As cool as it would be to go over something like uh with like a Sharpie or something like that. Like, oh yeah, okay, let me go back over it. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's not the same thing. There's one needle grouping that I'm probably going to have to use tonight to pack color, and there, like specifically, you do not run it a certain way because it would be like a serrated blade. It's a whole bunch of the needles all flat together, and if you run it like this way as opposed to like this way, like a paintbrush, then it will just cut the crap out of you, and you just end up creating a lot of trauma. And I mean, some people are okay with trauma, I guess. I'm not one of those people because not only is it trauma, but that means that you could be looking at scarring instead of, like a good heal, good smooth heal. And I mean, I can tell you that every one of the tattoos that I've used a liner on and or a shader on instead of a liner. I mean, even that slight difference of needle grouping, even though it's the same size, even though it's it's the same number of needles, same size, all that kind of stuff. Just the difference, the micro difference between the two, leaves me like with some really like torn up spots. Oh, trust me, I would totally give a free tattoo if, like I said, I was certified and I had the experience. I knew the right things and the wrong things to do. A lot of the stuff that I've been doing, and this was my first time doing it. I mean, luckily I've used a liner before, but guess what? Haven't used this size before, so even this is a little bit different than what I'm normally used to. It's definitely something else for me. Actually, right now, I don't know. I'm off camera, which is probably great. I feel like you could talk me into it. Yeah, it'd probably take a lot of alcohol, and then you probably don't want that tattoo. I guarantee, like my hands won't be as shaky. Oh, I'll be ready. I'd be straight. So I'm switching over to the shader now. We're going to go ahead and hop on over to the other leg, and I am going to attempt to use a shader to pack in some red ink. And then I'll probably switch back over for the black and this guy and the cross. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. So, without further ado, no, it's hot. So this one's already like it's in the healing phase. It's pretty far along. Like any kind of ink that would have dropped off. We're going for the heart here. My heart, your heart. Um, but we're gonna go for the heart here, and that's what I'm gonna pack in with red. If I would have thought about it instead of just being like, yes, we're gonna do this heart thing, then I wouldn't have done the outline in black. But who knows? It might still look pretty cool. So we're gonna point you away from my goody goods and more towards that heart. I know. I mean, I could probably get a lot more viewers if I probably lose a lot of viewers if I did the crotch shot. But so if you did get a tattoo, what would it be? And then if I'm the one that gave you the tattoo, what would it be? Yeah, so I actually learned a trick to the all color no outline. I don't know, you probably didn't see him do it. Did they use a stencil like right off the bat? I know I'm asking a lot of questions. A couple different people. I think y'all can handle it though. Dang, man. Swear I'm not crying. You're crying. Yeah. So I've heard on some of the more complicated pieces, they do blood lining, which I was like, whoa, I've accidentally done that because I've let my ink run out of my machine before. But essentially, what it is like if you do like flowers and you have like all these gradients and all this beautiful fading and like photorealistic stuff where you don't want any kind of like indication that line art was being used for the creation. Then what they do is they take a stencil, they do the stencil just like a normal tattoo, and then they outline it with no ink in the machine. So that red welt that you get, uh, that's the outline that they use. And then they go in and do like all the watercolor effects and all that kind of stuff, or all the shading. But whenever it's people like that are either too confident or they're like they're like me, they're new, they don't know exactly what it is that they're doing, um, but they're trying to figure it out. A lot of them, they'll do the stencil and then they'll try to work around it without any kind of lining at all. And what they end up with is those really like crazy tattoos that you see where people make fun of them, where it looks like the baby had a stroke, or you know this dude's girlfriend looks like she's related to a potato or something like that. And most of the time it's because they did a stencil and then they tried really hard to make it look like they didn't, instead of just doing you know bloodlining. It's funny, I quote unquote know all this stuff, but I guess that's why I get excited about trying it. So, oh, it's my first time doing this. I heard about it. I saw it done once. I thought, hey, how hard could it be? So before I wipe this off, yeah, like that looks like a lot of red. Yeah, they always have. They always mess up the eyes. It's like they don't know how eyes work. Before I wipe this off, like that looks like a lot of red. I have not had any luck actually using a shader for color packing. It's not what it's for. You're supposed to shade with it. So I'm gonna I'm gonna dab this off there, and then we're gonna see where we are in all actuality. So I didn't mess up on the ink part. That's good to know. But I also didn't put down the stuff that I normally use uh, to help pick up any kind of extra ink. So let's see where we are. Yeah. See, that's what I thought. It already looks like an 8-year-old tattoo. We can't have that. I do kind of like it though. It just needs to be a little bit more vibrant since I just got this, now, right? So let's see. It's also kind of difficult to see probably there's some modeling in there, like some areas are a little heavier than other areas, so on and so forth. Um, I can't say I dislike it. And if I had my druthers, I would actually kind of go in here, which I think I might do, and just kind of shade some of this of the inside of the heart, just really light, some real. So what I'm counting on with this is I'm going a little bit bolder, a little bit deeper on the back where it's darker. And so you see some quicker strokes, a little bit more paint pulling up there, and then almost go into black. Now, I'm going to let that sit for a second because it's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I'm putting on the gold. So another thing is that, a lot of people, they would have all this done all in one sitting, and that's cool. But my goal while I'm doing this is to actually not complete, to do like a good, solid, heavy try of a tattoo a day. So I have some bigger ones that are planned in the future. Um, that I know are going to take a couple of sessions, but I also I would still like to do like a smaller one or so because I have all these cool, like, everything looks like it's a. My wife said it looks like a sketchbook, which is, kind of cool. I like that. She said she likes that too, so that's cool. Um, but I need to start getting some of these a little bit more together, a little bit more cohesive, um, and make them look, a little bit less like as awesome as I think it looks. King of Staten Island, and a little bit more like a meant to do something instead of being like, oh yeah, totally meant to do that. Oh, good night, Beth. You're next. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I kind of like that. Yeah, spray this. So you're probably like, why is he just squirting it all over the floor? It's just water and soap. It's not too shabby. I'll take it. Ah, hmm, yeah, I'll take it. Now, let's see. What you doing? Just trying to get a little extra in there, you know? A little extra. Because, I mean, if you can't be extra, what's the point? A little bit more on this. So another cool thing is a lot of people they'll lay down whatever their darker color is, in this case black, and then they'll use that for their blending later. And the great thing about color is I don't have to quite be as exact with coloration because color is not going to show through black. So thank you. I appreciate you liking the red. That makes me happy. I also have some white, so eventually I'll do pink, but not yet. Right, see if I can clear out this cartridge real quick. Not fully. Yeah, so it's called bullseye red. So it is a little bit more on the orange side, and it doesn't bother me. It's actually like a really um, classic red, if you will. It's used to blend. It's it is not quite as orange. I will confirm, but it is still a much brighter color. Oh man, I feel like you're supposed to be able to do that, but still. Mm. All right. Well, we might end up with some red mixed in with some black. No, hold up. Let's try rinsing that too. So, yeah, I did get a shipment of color and with these needles. I'm pretty happy with that. Because I've been wanting to try color. You know, I mean, I've got this will be my 10th. Okay, so we just learned something. By we, I'm going to share this with you. Don't stop on one fresh tattoo to go work on a different tattoo with the intention of coming back to the newer tattoo because it hurts like a mofo doing it like this. Not the way to go. These small, tiny little lines that I did for the curvature of the cross, um, even on the little circular part that's there, you know, at the tips of each of the arms of the cross, um, that whole area is welted up. So I'm just hitting the welts now. It's beautiful, glorious thing because as you can see, nothing even bothered to stick. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. So that's what this is about, though. I mean, honestly, like I'm learning something. I'm having a good time. I get to hang out with you guys. Y'all ask me questions and tell me things sometimes that I don't want to hear. Like that looks too orange. But I mean, in all actuality, like I do appreciate um, every single bit of everything that you guys say because what that means is crap. If that's too orange, I just gotta get another red. And my wife is gonna love another shipment of tattoo stuff to the house. She is so supportive. That last part uh, was not sarcasm. She actually is really supportive. She gets to look at these uh, crazy things that I do, and it's funny. I thought she'd be like, "Oh my gosh, oh you're such an idiot," or you know, I guess some part of me wanted to be like, "Oh yeah, those are so amazing," but instead she just looks at him and smiles and that just warms my heart. Look, it would take an awful lot to offend me. Don't try, please. But but it would take a lot to offend me. So don't worry. Don't worry. I think I was kind of excited whenever I saw the bottle. It looks red. I was a little bit worried whenever I saw it in the top hat because it looks red like a fire engine looks red, and then on the skin, I think eventually like it'll kind of fade a little bit into a more reasonable red. But even if it doesn't, like I mean, there's how are you supposed to know looking on a looking at a website on the screen like what exact color you're getting? And I even have like a little poster, and it is from the same company that kind of gives like um, a good color breakdown. But even then, like how are you supposed to know until it's like there? I think you actually have to experience that color red. So I'm pretty sure if like you were like to a tattoo artist, I do have some beautiful. Thanks, guys. Thanks. My cat is like attacking the entire kitchen. I think so. It's just what he does. That's just his style. Oh my gosh! I swear, give me a heart attack. I'm going to. All right, let's see. See where we're at. Let's see where we're at because I think that's as much as what I was planning on doing tonight. That's funny. I've done. It took me longer to outline most of these tattoos than it took me to actually do one and color one. So either I'm getting faster or uh, or I'm getting careless. No. Um, let's see. Nope. I don't think that looks too bad. I mean, it's on me, so I don't think it looks bad. If you guys think it looks bad, now it will look bad whenever I let go of this. It'll go whoop. Like now it's all kinds of cockeyed and stuff. But um, yeah, I'm probably I'll come in. I'll work on some of these lines. Like this gets a little close together, and that's kind of bothersome um, for me. I don't have to look at it that much, but and then I would like to have a little bit more definition of like some kind of shadow or something along those lines there, where the actual hole begins on that. And then whenever it comes to this one, like I like it. I think it looks pretty good. Uh, again, like all of these, like this is all like really early kind of stuff for me, including like good old Mister Narwhal there. Thanks, I appreciate it. Um, but a lot of this stuff, like I can go back and do some touch ups on, and I can do it for free because I already own all the stuff. It's just time. But I also like keeping a lot of them kind of imperfect. Like Tooth is pretty imperfect, but I like it that way. That's the way he's supposed to look. He's drying out too, so he's healing. Um, I'll probably do some coloration on this guy. Definitely do some coloration on this guy. That guy's going to stay the same. But I like how this one turned out. I like this one. I mean, each one of them kind of tells a story. So while I will touch up the narwhal just to make him look a little bit cleaner, because my daughter like she thinks that I'm way more into narwhals than what I am. So while I was faking it, I actually made it, and I'm like super into narwhals. So that was really like my first in earnest try of a tattoo. So I do want that one to look good, but the rest of them, most of the mistakes that are on them, most of the little tiny pieces of detail, I'm gonna keep them like that. I think because I like it, unless I'm doing some additional coloration or something like that. But but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. This is great. there's people I haven't talked to in a long time. My wife actually shows up as a first time chat, um, and so that's that's pretty cool. And yeah, and then I've got a lot of support from my friends, my close family right here. Green grass at the bottom. Oh, you mean like on this guy? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how much color I want to put on him since I'm going to make him kind of a little bit old school. That's why I was kind of, like I'm glad that I listened to you guys with the sticking to the black and white. Um, like I think that's probably the best bet that I could have done on that. So I might do some of the hatching. I really like the hatching that this guy has for shading and on the matchstick, how the hatching was done on that. Or I might try my hand at doing some shading and make this look a little bit creepier or something, kind of around the edges. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I keep saying, oh, I'm done, I promise. But yeah, I again, I appreciate you guys coming by. I really do. And if you are on mobile, I think you can go to chat and kind of scroll over a little bit, and there should be a suggestion box. If there's any kind of suggestions, whether it be more of my cat or maybe my sound issues, as I've been trying to work on that. Maybe there's a tattoo that you'd like to see me try, or something along those lines, like whatever. Yeah, you can hit that and leave that suggestion. That'll be rad. Also, if for whatever reason you can't get to the suggestion box, but you do want to leave some sort of friendly banter of some kind, I do upload these to YouTube, because currently the way that my Twitch account is set up, I only get 15 before they start. 15 back episodes before they start. Kind of taking them away and replacing them with the newer ones. So as a way of trying to keep up with everything and making sure that I get everything, sorted out in a proper way, that I can go back and look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's the first time I did this, or the last time I'm going to do that. What's that? Oh, that's this stuff. um, but yeah, yeah, it's just a good way to get in touch with me and leave a comment or something. So yeah, again, I appreciate it, and I will be doing this again tomorrow, hopefully without throwing ink all over the place and messing up my wonderful walls and computer and everything. Hearts to you too, buddy. Hearts to you too. All right.